Let's move on. Now, what do the Pittsburgh Steelers do in the future? Does the plan change in 2026 because Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback? First, right out of the gate, hell no. I don't think the plan changes at all. And when I say that, the Steelers have to take a quarterback high in the draft, identify who they want, a couple of guys who they want, and go get them. Go get them early. We've got the draft capital. It looks like that we potentially have 12 draft picks coming into the draft in 2026 in Pittsburgh. Go make it happen and go get some guys, or go get the guy that you think is going to be your future quarterback. I don't care what happens this year. The Steelers could go out and win the Super Bowl. You still go to 2026 and you draft a quarterback high in the first round. You move up to go do that. It's exactly what you do, because you still don't have your franchise quarterback. I know there's a ton of people out there that's saying that Will Howard is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. You can't pin your hopes on a 6th-round draft pick to be your franchise quarterback. Am I just sitting here guaranteeing that he's not going to be that? No, I'm not. Am I rooting against him being that? Absolutely not. He went to Kansas State for 4 years, which is where I went. So I'm rooting for him. But I understand, and I'm a realist, 6th-round draft picks don't just fall on trees to become franchise quarterbacks. And I know everybody will bring up Brock Purdy and everybody will bring up Tom Brady. Okay, great. But count them in the last 20 years, how many times that has happened. And that's what you're counting on. I think it's foolish. Not to mention, why does competition hurt? Competition never hurt anybody. And if Will Howard is good, but if you can draft somebody better, why wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. So it doesn't change. That, as far as that is concerned, it does not change. You continue down that path of drafting a quarterback in the first round. Now, here's a little side note to throw in there, or a little dig, is like, what if Rodgers has a good season? The Steelers have a good season. Do you sign him back if Rodgers wants to play another year? Like, does he say, hey, man, I was pretty good. We were pretty good. Can I come back for another season? Do you do it? Now, I know there's a host of you already saying, hell no, nope, time to move on. But I wonder if you would really say that if it was laid out in front of you. Rodgers throws for 3,900 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 picks. Steelers win a playoff game. They win 12 games. You're saying, nope, get out, Rodgers. We're done with you? I don't think you would, and I don't think you would have to if he chose to come back. Not to mention, the plan doesn't change. You still take a quarterback. You're telling me that it's a bad thing to have a quarterback sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a year? Because a lot of people are under the illusion that the Steelers are just going to draft the quarterback high, put him out there, and he's just going to be great immediately. And I know that Jaden Daniels did that. I know that C.J. Stroud did that. But how many other times did that just happen where they were just phenomenal right out of the gate? And we saw C.J. Stroud take a step back. Now, part of that was due to their offensive line stinking, but he still took a step back. It happened, So it's not all just sunny and roses. Just because you get the quarterback you want, does it just automatically mean that they're going to be good, number one, and are they going to be good early? There's nothing wrong with sitting and waiting. I've said this a million times, and I'll keep saying it. If Patrick Mahomes can sit, everybody can sit. And there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tell me again about how they had Alex Smith. Well, they had Alex Smith there. Well, they thought so highly of Alex Smith, the very next year they got rid of him. Because why? Because they had Patrick Mahomes. So it wasn't that Alex Smith just went to the bench. He was gone from the football team. So that's what I'm talking about. It's Patrick Mahomes sat because he wasn't ready to play, and they had somebody that could teach him how to be a pro, how to break down this, break down that. You don't think Aaron Rodgers can do that for a rookie? Of course he could. So my question is, would you want him? Would he want us, But I don't think there's any harm if it now again, it would have to be under the circumstances that he played well and the Steelers did well. Then you could bring him back. If both of those things don't happen, then it's like, well, why are we wasting our time? You know, if he didn't play well or the Steelers, if both things don't happen, it would be time to move on. So that's my thought as far as the future. I don't think you have to change anything at all. I think Aaron Rodgers would be fine if he played well to come back, but I don't think it's a necessity if both those things, if the Steelers don't play well and he doesn't play well, both of those don't happen, you don't need to bring him back. So let's go to the final poll question. Which approach should the Steelers prioritize at QB in 2026? Handing the reins over to Will Howard, A. B. Draft their starting QB in the draft. C. Retain Aaron Rodgers for another year. Or D. Attack free agency and trade pool for their next QB. Interesting. The thing about C, like I said, only if he first off, he wanted to, but only if he played well and only if the Steelers played well. And I think it playing well, that has to include winning a playoff game. If that doesn't happen, what's the point in bringing Aaron Rodgers back? There wouldn't be one. So very interesting. Make sure you guys put a 4 in front of that poll question so we know exactly what poll question that you are answering. So look, ladies and gentlemen, it's here. It's football time. Mini camp is right around the corner. The Steelers have the quarterback that they have coveted all this time. It's been a mixed bag with us fans. Hell, it was a mixed bag with me. Hell, on Thursday morning, I was saying Aaron Rodgers is not serious about winning football games. I still stand by that. Not going to be a hypocrite because some of you are going to call me out and say that. Hey, B, you said he wasn't serious on Thursday. You're right. But now he's part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So some of you will say, well, B, you're being a hypocrite. You're flip-flopping. All I said was, until Aaron Rodgers signs, I'm getting sick of talking about him. Now he's signed. And y'all know my philosophy. The field mouse can be our quarterback. As long as he can read a defense, get us in and out of a good play, and get the ball out on time, the field mouse can be the quarterback of my Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'll root for him. So if Aaron Rodgers can do that, great. All the other stuff and the fluff and things that come with it, I'll have to deal with it if he plays well. If he doesn't play well, I'll light it up. But as of now, I want him to play well. So that's the only thing that us as fans should worry about. Just hope that the man can still play and that he can play well. Because if he can't, it's a catastrophe. Not only did we get jilted by the guy and begged him, then he stinks on top of that. It would be a catastrophe. It might even be something where you say, because this is Mike Tomlin driven, hey, Mike Tomlin, your seat is about as hot as it gets. So this is a big season for Mike Tomlin. I know that the contract he got, I know that he appears to be closer to Art Rooney II than ever. But fans say otherwise. Fans would be screaming. If this blows up, Mike Tomlin needs to be able to figure it out quickly because the fans are going to come hunting. And we're going to want some answers. Why did we sign this guy? So for everybody involved, let's just hope it works out. Let's hope that Aaron Rodgers can play football. Let's hope that he plays well. Let's hope that the Steelers play well. Because we don't want to lose. As much as people talk about, oh, let's just tank, you would be miserable. Not to mention teams that tank, sometimes those teams don't come out of it. They might tank, but it might take them a decade to get out of it. You want to take that risk? Because I know I don't. I'm not the tanking type, and I'm damn sure not the tanking type. We make a couple of mistakes, and next thing you know, we're a decade of winning 4 and 5 football games a year. We are not that franchise. So let's hope it works out for everybody, man. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you being in here as always. Thank you for your support. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in that comment section. And as always, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when Steelers Almighty content comes out. Appreciate you guys, and aloha.